Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Great is Good Tarot. We're doing a special current events right now. We're releasing not one, but two videos at the same time. This one is Trumpy Trump, and the other one is Cackling Harris, as we like to call them, because we have fun here. Old Biddy Biden's still with us, just in case anyone's interested. Don't know what he's doing, but, you know, is not sorting out FEMA. I'll sell it at the moment. Much love to everybody who's involved in that. I know you ain't got internet. I know you have, well, apart from Daddy Elon Musk, who's given some people some Starlink. I know that you haven't got electricity, running water, anything like that. But much love to you. I'll send the love and affection to you. And one day you might actually get it, like a message in a bottle. So here we go. Let's do a reading for Trumpy Trump, and Cackling Harris has been released. So watch this one and then you can watch that one if you wish. If you enjoy it, please click that like button and subscribe. We do current events readings like these. We also do timeless collective readings, and the idea of those is when you see it in your recommended feed, when you see it on your just anywhere around on YouTube, that is the time that the message is for you. So if you see them, go and click them. So here we go. Can we have some messages about Trump, please? Donald Trump, please. The greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Okay. Decisions. There's definitely a decision. Two of swords, two of needles. These ones are kind of like little footnotes that we keep. So we'll put that one over there. A message about Trumpy Trumps. Here we go. What's the insights we got here? Intuition. Well, we're definitely the Three of Pentacles, Three of Buttons. That's definitely the coalition, the collaboration between him and Bobby Kennedy and all the other people. Elon Musk, as we mentioned, all those people kind of like all clubbing together. And the High Priestess is just following his intuition, following just his lead in that respect. We've got courage here with the Queen of Matches. We've got the Universe card, one of the 4 extra cards in this deck about infinite growth, infinite possibilities, infinite. So already this is strong kind of foundation to the reading. Very much kind of got a plan, got the courage with the Queen of Matches, kind of very passionate, wanting to, she's the one that has her legs wide open when she's sitting on her throne, she don't care, all that kind of stuff going on. Very passionate, very forceful, can be a bit fiery, but overall kind of like courage and ready to go and following their intuition, and got the team around them and all. So this is phenomenal. Stronger than I was expecting, actually, surprisingly. King of Cups, that feels like kind of Don Jr., someone like that, who's in the background there, not necessarily controlling it, but making sure everything stays on track. Very relaxed, though. We've also got the King of Needles here, King of Swords. Somebody... this is definitely kind of son family energy that I'm getting here with the cups. The King of Swords, who is could be another advisor that I don't know about, but is very on the pulse. King of Needles is somebody who listens to his court, listens to his advisors, and then takes informed, educated decisions. So between the two here, I think this is the reason why everyone's very relaxed and calm and chilled. I think this could be over here, the JD Vance bloke. This is definitely son. This is like with the emotions and supportive and that kind of thing. That's definitely Don Jr. This could be Vance. But he's somebody who listens to the collective, listens to the collaboration, listens to all this amazing And I would say it's amazing, especially with someone like Bobby Kennedy. Like, I don't know everything he's ever done, but he comes across as such a principled person over the last 2 years, that from me just keeping a tab, obviously everyone knows the Kennedys, for goodness sake, but it's like I've learned so much about him over the last 2 years, just the way he's approached stuff and that kind of thing. And I think that's what we're getting here, is definitely listening to this collaboration. I've been saying on the Twitch stream for a couple of weeks now, subtle plug, link below. Most weekends we're there. That it's like the Republican Party doesn't technically exist anymore. And what I've been meaning to say about that is, it's only that by name. Like if you actually look at the people, the principal people at the top, it's a wide spectrum of people all just coming together to collaborate, to work on it. And this is the kind of energy that we're getting here. It's, Nine of Needles. That is not what I was expecting. Anxiety. I think could be the security element about this. Even though kind of on the principles of their beliefs, they're very secure. They're surrounded by a very kind of broad church of people, all bringing their own insights. But the anguish and is palpable. I genuinely wasn't expecting it, especially after the strong first two layers here. And I think this is part of the decision here that we'll get back to. The Six of Cups is almost like, notice how the sloth here, this is why I really like this deck. The sloth here is looking at the Six of Cups, kind of, wishing that it was back to kind of traditional, not necessarily light-hearted, but you get what I'm saying. It's gonna, instead of having to worry about security and worry about the assassinations, the two at the time of recording this at the moment. Genuinely hope there won't be any more, because that's just craziness. But it's that kind of wishing that it was a much more kind of, it wasn't as serious and as restrictive and locked down and that kind of stuff. And the last card here, we've got the Six of Needles. Wow. Taking that mini leap of faith, moving on from it, even though we're still kind of worrying about it and still kind of concerned about it. The decision feels very strongly like we're doing it anyway. It's much bigger than just me. And I think that's what the biggest strength with the Trump campaign, and that's why I think it shouldn't be called the Republicans. It's just the Trump campaign at this point. The decision is to still move forward, keep moving forward. And I think the decision here is just to keep on moving, It's bigger than the individual parts. It's much bigger than individual people. Bobby Kennedy has got his important elements to collaborate in, and so does Don Jr., and so does Trumpy Trump, and so see what I mean? It's like everyone, like Elon, and everyone's got their own part to play. And so even though there's very strong, that really hit the Nine of Needles, the Nine of Swords for me, that they're still doing it despite it, and that's fascinating. Overarching energy is the Page of Needles. Underlying energy is the Hermit. Interesting. Feels as if with the Hermit card, it's just taking a break. That's what I'm getting here. The Page of Needles is listening to new ideas, new concepts. Obviously, it's depicted by a cockerel, and like scratching at the surface of the ground and like looking for bugs and things, and looking for new ideas and curious about stuff, and like that kind of thing. Keeping almost like keeping our mind open to new suggestions, new ideas. And as more and more people seem to be collaborating together on this, I think I think especially, and I obviously I'm thousands of miles away, but what I can gather from followers on Twitch who are based in the Carolinas and the Tennessee, I think it is, and Florida and so on and so forth, who've been hit by all the craziness going on over there. It's like the one thing that keeps coming back is like, where is FEMA? Where are they? Where is the support? Where's the thing? And I think this is partly the Page of Needles here. Before we get to the other decks and stuff, the Page of Needles here is very much, so it's like finding other new solutions, new ways of doing things, because this is not a traditional way of doing it. To be honest here, I'm not feeling as if much of the traditional bunny flop, much of the traditional Republican Party leadership is involved at all. It's almost as if it's been hijacked in some respects by this collaboration. I never would have thought I would have ever seen the day. Like, I've seen Kennedy and stuff and throughout that. That family built the Democrats, for goodness sake, and I would never thought I would ever, on principle, never thought I'd see a day that one of them would join the Republican Party, even though it's not what it is anymore. It's not what it is on the tin. It's morphed into something new, and I think that's what I think some people are not. They just see the brand. They don't see the actual kind of the change that's happened there. But the Hermit card is very much needing a break, needing to kind of think and find a new way of supporting people and finding new ways of communicating with people and that kind of stuff. It feels as if, because it's been non-stop, and I'm not saying this to be, bitchy or anything, but it's like, I've seen it even in my own feed, YouTube feed and stuff like that. I've seen the amount of kind of live feeds that different, like Trumpy Trump and Vance is like different places they're talking and all that kind of stuff. And it's practically non-existent for Harris on my feed. It's like non-existent. And it's like, and people have been obviously mentioning it in the media that she hasn't done it, this, that, and the other, and neither has Waltz, I think his name is. And it's like, no wonder they're almost like, I need a holiday. I need a bit of a break. I need a break to just think and reflect and find other new solutions for stuff, new ways of doing things. And I think this is the important thing here, is that for him, it's very much not doing it the normal way. And I think there's going to be a lot of people noses bent out of shape if he gets in, and his team, because it's like I said, I can't overemphasize, it's a collective, it is a collaboration. So many people's noses are going to be bent out of shape because pretty much everything is going to be a completely different way of doing things, like from the ground up. And I don't think people are going to be prepared for that at all. Which would be at least entertaining in a soap opera sense. If like, wow, what have they done now? Jeez. So that, I think that's, even though he wants a break, he's still looking for new ideas and new solutions and new ways of doing things and stuff like that. So let me get the cartoon clarity out here as well. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom for this spread, please. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom for this spread, please. What have we got here? A gift and calm. The gift is definitely feeling as if it's a new approach, a new way of doing things, a new ideas and concepts and thinking out quite literally outside the box here. Calm is coming back to simplicity and easiness and relaxation and stuff like that. That is, I think, what they're building here. I think I'm getting the sense that because I think the rule, and I know we're thinking like going back in the day, doobly doo, time travel, but I'm sure I'm right in saying that for every policy, every kind of new bill that they wanted to bring in, him and his team had to remove 5 pieces of legislation for that one piece to come back in. Silly little things like that that really kind of changed the way of doing things, and I think it's going beyond that sort of concept. That's kind of like if Fisher Price did kind of policy, that was baby steps. The new way of doing it is going to be entirely different. Once again, very similar. The hand again, coming out, aid, kindness. I like this kind of all these helping hands and stuff like that. And even though we've got withdrawal here, where normally it's kind of quitting cigarettes and smoking and things like that. That's what's depicted here. Much more about finding a new path, a new way of doing things, realizing what was at fault, what's wrong, and making changes to make it better. So let's have a look here. Let's do each of the levels. So stress, yeah. We were talking about that down here a little bit. We've got stress, lack of sleep, live and learn. I think that should be on a flipping t-shirt for Trumpy Trump. I'm going to have a slurp of coffee. Bear with me for a second. Slurpy slurp. Oh, better. But yeah, the live and learn is going back to what I was saying before of the Fisher Price idea. That was the baby steps, and now we're going to go to the nth degree. We've only got 4 years, I've just heard there. We've only got 4 years. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. Indulgence, joyful, silliness, playful. In this is coming across as, even though they're all from different platforms, from different walks of life, from different ways of doing things, even completely different parties back in the day, there's this friendliness and lightheartedness and playfulness in some respects. So even though we're stressing out a little bit by some of it's a little bit kind of it's primarily security and that kind of stuff. And I'm almost feeling the reason why I'm going back to this again, this is almost kind of like PTSD kind of energy. That it's haunting, and they like to go up and do stuff has to be pushed aside and to do it, and then behind the scenes it's like technical term ideas, new vision, new concepts. So and the aid again, yeah, it's all this helping hand and kind of I just feel as if that it's the right time for the right people at the right place and all that kind of stuff. It's that all these synchronicities that are all coming together, and I genuinely feel that a lot of people, especially mainstream media, obviously they've got their own agendas, but I genuinely feel that unless you're keeping up to date with it, a lot of people don't realize the complete change that's happening here. I think the Democrats like I said, will be dropping both of these at the same time. So there's no kind of favoritism or anything. Okay, so after you watch this, go and watch the Harris one if you wish, and let's see what's going on there. Just to be nosy, but it feels as if that the Democrats are still playing the game, like the old game, the and I hate to, I'm probably going to get, well, I'm not even monetized, so screw it. Playing the same games of like, because it always goes down to two issues, which is gun control and women's bodily rights. Yeah, you know what I mean? And they've tried to play it a bit, and they're going to push more and more. They're playing the old way of doing things, where when suddenly there's ideas and new suggestions and stuff like that, and it has been the Democrats the last two times. From where I'm sitting, it seems, where it's always going down to, oh, well, all people are moving to like thinking outside the box. Oh, we can't have that. Guns, ladies' rights, and everyone snaps back to where they were, they entrenched where they were before. If you get what I'm saying, I think this is different primarily because, rightly or wrongly, I have no fight in this game. That because it's been pushed down to the state level now, one of these decisions, one of these concepts, and it was interesting for me to watch that after the first assassination, and even the second to some extent, there was no call for gun control or anything like that from the other side, or like, here's another example, what we're going to do about this. So it almost implying that it depends on the quote unquote victim, if you see what I'm saying. It just seems very odd. So it's like the two usual trigger points have kind of been taken away. The carpet has been pulled out of them. They don't. It feels as if like they don't know what other game to play apart from kind of double down, which isn't working. Because this is not, like I keep saying, this is not, it's only the Republican Party by brand. That's all it is. That it, like, yeah. And I really do wish, in some respects, they need to communicate this more. And I think it would, like, from their point of view, because obviously it's Trump's reading. From their point of view, they really should emphasize that it's a collaboration and it's not just just like same old. Yeah, it's not even the same old kind of Trumpy Trump. It feels as if like lessons were learned the first time, and now this time it's going to be completely different and a completely different way of doing it. So anyway, we'll leave it there. Go across to see the Harris one. Go across. If you haven't already, obviously. If you come from the Harris one and now come here, it's a bit stupid to go back then to that. You'll be in a cycle for ages. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. But unless you really want to support, you know, it's up to you. But until next time when we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.